Vigilance and I were finished with each other a long time ago.
You know why I'm here. The Vigilants are under attack everywhere. The vampires are much more dangerous than we believed.
And now you want to come running to safety with the Dawn Guard, is that it? I remember Keeper Carset telling me repeatedly that Fort Dawn Guard is a crumbling ruin, not worth the expense and manpower to repair. And now that you've stirred up the vampires against you, you come begging for my protection.
Isran, Carset is dead. The Hall of the Vigilance, everyone, they're all dead. You were right, we were wrong. Isn't that enough for you?
Yes, well, I never wanted any of this to happen. I tried to warn all of you. I am sorry, you know. So who are you? What do you want? You heard right. I'm glad word's finally starting to get around. But that means it won't be long before the vampires start to take notice as well. I need someone out in the field taking the fight to the damn vampires, while we're getting the fort back into shape. Tolan was telling me about some cave the Vigilants were poking around in. Seemed to think it was related to these recent vampire attacks. Tolan, tell her about, what was it? Dim Hollow.
Yes, that's it. Dim Hollow Crypt. Brother Adelwald was sure it held some long-lost vampire artifact of some kind. We didn't listen to him any more than we did Isran. He was at the hall when it was attacked.
That's good enough for me. Go see what the vampires were looking for in this Dim Hollow Crypt. With any luck, they'll still be there. Feel free to poke around the fort and take what you need. There isn't much yet, but you're welcome to anything you can use.
I'll meet you at Dim Hollow. It's the least I can do. I'll meet you in Dim Hollow Crypt. I owe these vampires a debt. Of course there are. Most of us spend our lives as nomads, traveling from place to place in our endless war against evil. I wish I could say how many we numbered, but only a privileged few knew that, and they're dead now. Yes, by destroying it, the vampires hope to cripple our Order's activities in Skyrim. I suspect now it was Brother Adelwald's journals they were after. He was obsessed with ancient vampire artifacts and burial sites. Brother Adelwald had been there not long ago. Said he found something of great importance. It must have been important to the vampires as well, for them to risk an open attack on the Vigilants. The hall was a place of respite, learning, and comradeship, where a road-weary brother or sister could rest for a time in peace and comfort. Most of our learning could be found there. We always studied our enemies, so we might better learn how to defeat them. But, of course, those days are gone now.
So,
Stendarr watch over you.
You Vigilants were never trained
I
for-
know what you think of us. Think
You
we're
go
soft,
ahead.
that we're
I'll
cowards.
talk to Isran in a minute.
You think our deaths proved our weakness, Stendarr, and that you do not have to face the same test and be found wanting. I'm going to Dim Hollow Crypt. Perhaps I can be of some small assistance to you.
You there, boy. Stop skulking in the shadows and step up here. What's your name?
My name is Akmir, sir.
Do I look like a sir to you? I'm not a soldier. Then you're not joining the army.
Yes, sir. Isran.
I tell you to step forward. Farm boy, huh? What's your weapon?
My weapon? I mostly just use my paw's axe. When wolves are attacking the goats or something.
My paw's axe. Stendar preserve us. Don't worry. I think we can make a Dawn Guard out of you. Here, take this crossbow. Let's see how you shoot.
Crossbow? I've never...
A crossbow. Best thing for killing vampires. Just take a few shots at those crates over there. That's it. Concentrate, boy. Try it again. Take a deep breath and let it out on fire. You'll get the hang of it. You need to concentrate, boy. Try it again. Watch the recoil. Takes some getting used to. Take it. Breath and let it out as you fire.
Yeah. You'll get the hang of it. You need to concentrate, boy. Try it again.
Need something? I've heard the rumors around Skyrim. I know something's going on, and I've seen the vampires. I felt I had two choices. I could either live in fear of the night, or I could do something to help protect my people.
I knew it would come to this one day. I knew, and no one believed. There's only one thing worth remembering. When it comes to vampires, if you're sloppy or careless, you're dead. And good people will die because of you. I've lasted this long because I don't take chances. I cover my tracks and I keep my eyes open. If you're smart, you'll do the same. This is Fort Dawnguard, originally owned by the Jarl of Riften back in the Second Era. It was a bit of a black mark on the Hold's history. I'm trying to put it to good use. We hunt down and kill vampires. Haven't you been paying attention? In the old days, the Dawnguard kept all of Skyrim safe from those blood-sucking scum. Then people stopped taking the threat seriously. The Dawnguard was disbanded, and the vampires came creeping back. Now I'm trying to re-establish the Dawnguard. Take the fight to the vampires for a change. I hope it isn't too late. Well, at least you're smart enough to want to learn more. I'll show you what I can. Well, at least you're smart enough to want to learn more. I'll show you what I can. Watch your back. That's it.
Isran found something for you to do, eh? I thought he'd like you. Good luck.
I had another run-in with the Thieves' Guild.
Be careful, Mule. The Thieves Guild has Maven Blackbriar at her back. I've never seen Mule this upset about anything.
I can't
The
just
city
ignore
really gets
them,
to her.
Eren.
I know. I just don't want you to leave. You're the only good thing that's happened to this city in a long time.
You're a stranger here too, huh? I've been adventuring across Tamriel since I was a fresh-faced young woman barely able to swing a blade. My travels have taken me from High Rock to Valenwood, elsewhere to Morrowind, and all points in between. Many years ago I lost my blade, Grimsever, within a Dwemer ruin. I took it as a sign that I was wasting my days in search of wealth. You and I are alike. We seek challenge and great fortune. But for me, that's where the similarities end. You see, Riften is my great beast to be slain, and my fortune comes from gratitude and trust. Maven Blackbriar, the matriarch of the family, represents everything that's wrong with this city. She's bribed countless officials, has friends back in the Imperial City, and freely associates with the Thieves' Guild. I've tried everything I can to protect Riften's citizens from her family, but to no avail. Well, there is Ingun Blackbriar, Maven's daughter. Strange girl. She likes to spend time down in Elgrim's elixirs working on her alchemy. Then you have Hemming, Maven's son. Spoiled brat and heir to her empire. He follows her word like a loyal dog follows its master. And finally, Sibi, the worst of all of them. He's in Riften jail for murder. To call it a guild is ridiculous. How can people who would betray one another over a gold coin be considered part of an association? They're the worst kind. Even the Dark Brotherhood abides by a strict set of rules and tradition. These thieves are just rabble. What do you think? You know, I'm beginning to respect you. Other than Eren, you seem to be the only other person I've met I might be able to trust. Since we share the same opinion of them, let me warn you that they're recruiting others to join their guild, and you should be cautious. It's been difficult. I've taken the burdens of this city's problems upon myself, and I keep running into impossible obstacles. Corruption, lies, and deceit are the order of the day here. If it wasn't for Eren, the young man who saved my life, I think I'd already have given up long ago. It was Eren who found me dying outside of a Dwemer ruin. If he hadn't brought me here and nursed me back to health, I would have died. When my strength returned and he told me about the problems plaguing Riften, I decided fate brought me here for a reason. So I stayed. Safe travels.
No offense, but you're not looking so good. You feeling ill?
I don't know you. You and Riften looking for trouble? Don't say something you'll regret. Last thing the Blackbriars need is some loudmouth trying to meddle in their affairs. The Blackbriars have Riften in their pocket, and the Thieves Guild watching their back, so keep your nose out of their business. Me? I'm Maul. I watch the streets for them. If you need dirt on anything, I'm your guy. But it'll cost you. Then we're speaking the same language. Good. So what do you want to know? You kidding? My brother Dirge works in their hideout. I used to run with them myself, but took a job with Maven after they started hitting a rough patch. If you want to get in on that action, find Brynjolf in the marketplace. I'm sure he could use someone like you. Well, you got Maven. She pretty much runs the whole operation. She's got friends in high places, if you know what I mean. She's also got ties to the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild, so basically, no one can touch her. Just remember, if she tells you to do something, you damn well better do exactly what she says. Be seeing you around.
I'm really getting tired of your excuses. When you borrowed the money, you said you'd pay it back on time and for double the usual fee.
I know I did. But how was I to know the shipment would get robbed?
Next time, keep your plans quieter, and nothing would have happened to it.
What? Are you telling me you robbed it? Why? Why are you doing this to me? I can't talk right now.
Last warning. Pay up or else. All I care about is the gold. Everything else is your problem. I don't have any business with you, so get out of my face.
Huh? What do you want? Yes. Hofgreer took me in when I arrived in Riften about a year ago. He's been teaching me everything he knows. Horses are my whole life. Back in Hammerfell, I helped my family raise horses at our farm. I hope to open my own stables one day, but I think it's going to take a lot longer than I expected. I owe a great deal of money to someone, and I think they cheated me. I don't know what to do. I was able to work out a deal with the stables in Whiterun to sell me some of their tack and harnesses. I borrowed some gold from Sapphire to pay for the shipment, but it got robbed before it even arrived. Now Sapphire wants her money back, and if I don't pay her, I think she's going to kill me. You will? Oh, thank you. Be careful with Sapphire. She mixes with all sorts of nasty people.
I really need your help. I don't want to lose my job at the fishery. What am I going to do? My job at the Riften fishery is in danger. The owner, Bolly, said that if I show up for work in this condition one more time, then I'm out. I don't mean to do this to myself, but I can't help it. I tried some skooma a year ago, and ever since then, I can't stop. If you could give me a healing potion, I could cleanse this poison from my body and get back to my life. Your kindness will never be forgotten. Here, take this. It's all I can offer you for what you've given me. It is our most favored company. I'm not sure what it's made from, but I can tell you that once you've had a taste, you'll never crave anything else. The Dunmer came up with the stuff a long time ago. Very illegal and very hard to come by. I got mine off a merchant ship in Solitude. Worst mistake I ever made. Look, I don't think I should say. I mean, they could kill me. Okay, I'll tell you. I get my skooma from Sarthas Idrin. He has some sort of a setup over the Riften warehouse. You can't get inside, though. They've kept that place locked up tight since the war began. I overheard Bolly say that only the Jarl carries the key to the warehouse. When I meet Sarthas there, he's usually waiting for me outside with his bodyguard. Bolly is a good man. He pays us well and watches out for us. I used to work at the Blackbriar Meadery, but Indarin and I never saw eye to eye. That elf has no patience at all. It's probably for the best anyway. I'm far better at fishing than working in a meadery. If it wasn't for skooma, I'd already be on my way out of this horrible city. All my gold, completely gone. Now I have to start over. I'll never use skooma again, although I suppose a little mead now and then would be harmless. You've been kind. I thank you.
Not bad. Reminds me when I first started smithing. Not too shabby. Apprentice level work, but solid. Yeah.
Constance Michel says we have to be careful of people we don't know.
Things are much better now that Grelid is dead. But still, I'm sick of
this war has created so many orphans, and so few are willing to open their hearts to them. Why, yes. Yes, of course. What a wonderful surprise. First, I'll need to ask you a few questions. Your name? What do you do for a living? What? If you aren't going to be... Wait. Sure, you're serious. Well, all right then. Where will your child be living? Very well. That's all I need from you. Congratulations. I think you'll make an excellent parent. Go meet the children and decide who you'd like to adopt. Once you've made a decision, I'll collect their things and be sure they make it over to your house.
Pick me! Pick me! I've been the only girl here since forever. The boys pick on me, and they make me do all the chores. You want to adopt one of us, right? I'm strong, I'm fast, I'm smart. I can do anything better than them. Come on, pick me. Please? Bye.
You're here to adopt someone? Really? I used to hate it here. I'm Hror. You know, like the sound the lion makes? That's what my mother used to say. I want to be big and strong like a lion, too. Someday.
Bye.
Things are much better now that Grelid is dead. But still, I'm sick of
Are you really
this-
gonna adopt one? Name's Samuel. Never met my parents. Grelid said my mother worked here at the orphanage, but she died when I was born. Constance and the others are nice enough, but I want to have a real family. All right, then. I was named after the sound a lion makes. Pick one of the others.
You know.
My mother and father brought me here a year ago. They said they'd be back soon, but They're awfully late. I guess it would be alright if you want to adopt me. At least until my real parents get back. Mm-hmm. Yes?
Yes? Really? Are you sure? Yay! Thanks, Mama. I promise I'll be the best daughter ever.
Yes? Constance Michelle says we have to be careful of people we don't know.
Congratulations. I hope you have a wonderful life together.
I need to get my things and say goodbye to everyone. I'll meet you at home. Thanks. Thanks so much. I need to get my things and say goodbye to everyone. I'll meet you at home. Thanks. Thanks so much.
Buying and selling fine jewelry here.
Protect yourself right. Buy armor from Greg.
Jewelry with legendary Argonian.
They don't look so good. Are you feeling all right? My husband, Bercy, will be the death of me. He spends too much time worrying about Riften and not enough about himself.
You gonna buy something? Or just here for training? Otherwise, move on. Look, I've moved all over Skyrim selling these bits of junk, and I'm barely scraping by. I'm not out to win friends, and I could care less if you're happy about your purchase or not. I just need the coin. The sooner I get out of Skyrim, the better. Are you serious? The war is tearing the land apart. The dragons have returned seeking who knows what. Skyrim is going nowhere, fast. If I were you, I'd pack up and get out of here before you end up in one of those burial cairns.
Fairest prices and the highest quality in Skyrim.
Take a look.
Jewelry with legendary Argonian craftsmanship.
Come back when you're ready to spend more gold. Goodness knows I could use it.
All the crime and corruption in Riften is really getting to him. And now that we hear rumors about the dragons...
The old told me
he's
that it
been
isn't this
very
bad
depressed.
everywhere. Maybe
Well
one day
met,
I'll venture
friend.
out and see
How
if
can I
she's
help
right.
you? Yes?
Protect yourself right.
Never done an
Save
honest
the
day's work in your life for all that coin you carry. Hey, lass. I'm saying you've got the coin, but you didn't earn a septim of it honestly.
Looking to
I
stay
can
alive?
tell.
Why take a chance?
jewelry here.
It's all about sizing up your mark, lass. The way they walk, what they're wearing. It's a dead giveaway.
Buy some armor and live to tell about
Oh,
it.
but that's where you're wrong, lass. Wealth is my business. Maybe you'd like a taste.
Beautiful baubles.
I've got a bit of an errand to perform, but I need an extra pair of hands. And in my line of work, extra hands
Protect
are well
yourself
paid.
right. Buy armor from Grelka.
Simple. I'm going to cause a distraction. You're gonna steal Medesi's silver ring from a strongbox under his stand. Once you have it, I want you to place it in Branche's pocket without him noticing.
Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance?
The fairest prices and the highest quality in Skyrim.
There's someone that wants to see him put out of business permanently. That's all you need to know. Now, you tell me when you're ready, and we'll get started.
Live to tell about it.
Beautiful baubles and gleaming gemstones over here. Gems, potions, exotic ingredients. I have them all.
Protect yourself right. Buy armor from Grelka.
We've been contracted to make sure Branche remembers not to meddle in affairs that aren't his own. Now, since we're not the Dark Brotherhood, we're not going to kill him. We're just going to make sure he sits in the prisons for a few days. Do you want me to hold your hand as well? You're going to have to sneak over to Medesi's stall and use your lockpick on the strongbox. Then, when you have the ring, you pickpocket Branche and leave it behind. Good. Wait until I start the distraction, then show me what you're made of. Everyone, gather round. I have something amazing to show you that demands your attention. This way, everyone. Over here. You need to hear this.
No offense, but you're not looking so good. Are you
Come on,
feeling ill?
Brynjolf. What is it this time?
Patience, Branche. This is a rare opportunity. I wouldn't want you to get left out.
That's what you said about the wisp essence. And it turned out to be crushed nerve root mixed with water.
Well, that was a simple misunderstanding. But this item is the real thing. Lads and lasses, I give you Valma Blood Elixir. Oh, come on.
Are you talking about the snow elves?
The one and only. Mystical beings who live in legends and were masters of great magic. Well, I see that my time is up. Come back tomorrow if you wish to buy.
Yes? My husband Bercy will be the death of me.
Damn! I knew I shouldn't
About
have waited.
Riften and not enough about
Never seen me old.
Looks like I chose the right person for the job. And here you go. Your payment. Just as I promised. The way things have been going around here, it's a relief that our plan went off without a hitch.
Beautiful baubles and gleaming gemstones over here.
Looking to stay alive?
Nah. My organization's been having a run of bad luck. But I suppose that's just how it goes. But never mind that. You did the job, and you did it well. Best of all, there's more where that came from. If you think you can handle it.
Jewelry with legendary Argonian craftsmanship.
Look, I'll make this simple for you. The group I represent has its home in the Ratway beneath Riften.
A tavern called the Ragged Flagon. When you make up your mind, come find me there, and we'll talk about your future.
Mule told me that it isn't this bad everywhere. Maybe one day I'll venture out and see if she's right.
What is it with you and all these questions? Very well. Ask away.
Safe travels.
Mule's brought me nothing but safety and peace of mind. And some lessons with the blade.
If you're looking for a handout, you want to speak with my husband.
And what might you need, hmm? They live below the streets, in the ratway, like dirty animals. And trust me, they're no better than the vermin that slink out of there for scraps. They make it difficult for decent people to earn a living. Of course, not many decent people live here in the first place. It's Riften's name for the sewers beneath our feet. Absolutely disgusting. If you fancy keeping your purse filled with gold and your head on your shoulders, I'd stay out of those awful tunnels. I picked up a trick from a butcher in Elenir, a small town over the border in Hammerfell. He showed me a way to grind up ice wraith teeth and use it as a preservative. Keeps everything cold and fresh, but only for a limited time. I'm always looking to replenish my supply, so if you ever come across 5 of them, I'd be more than happy to take them off your hands. Thanks. I was actually worried I'd run out. Well, I'd be careful if I were you. I hear the Nords hunt them for some kind of initiation rite, and not all of them end up victorious. The last traveler that traded me some said he found them at a place called Ancient's Ascent. Careful, though. Rumor has it a dragon makes its home there. Be careful looking for those teeth. Those little bastards are dangerous.
Looking for work? I need someone to deliver a message to Sibby Blackbriar. Ah, well, I recently approached Sibby Blackbriar about buying Frost, one of the finest breeding horses in Skyrim. He agreed to sell. I paid Sibby half the cost of Frost up front, but before he could deliver, Maven had him locked up. Sibby believes this exempts him from our deal. It does not. I want you to talk to Sibby for me. Then I want you to bring me Frost and the lineage papers that prove the horse's worth. Ah, you're a smart woman. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Head to the Riften jail and talk to Sibby. Get him to tell you where Frost and his lineage papers are and bring them to me outside Riften.
Yeah. What's your problem?
Well met, friend. How can I help you?
I presume
Safe
you're bothering
travels.
me for a good reason.
If your allegiance lies with the Empire, we haven't much to discuss.
If you've got the coin, you're welcome here. Otherwise, hit the road. The Thieves Guild has been pushing hard to regain a foothold in this city. Rumor has it they're falling apart from the inside. Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry. Come back and see us again.
Welcome to the Bee and Barb, milady. If I can Depends. Are you thirsty? Hungry? Both? Disgusting. Ruined sewers filled with goodness knows what. There's an entrance down by the canal, but I'd highly advise you to stay out of there. It's the Thieves Guild's territory. They're vermin. Garbage. They're exactly what makes this city such a horrible place to live. How appropriate they should live in the Ratway with the rest of the trash. 3, in fact. They're my own recipe. Brought them over here from my days as a bartender in Gideon. First is the Velvet Lechance, which is a mixture of blackberry, honey, spiced wine, and a touch of nightshade. Perfectly safe, I assure you. Second, we have the White Gold Tower, which is heavy cream with a layer of blended mead, lavender, and dragon's tongue on top. Last, and only for the bravest of souls, we have the Cliff Racer, which is firebrand wine, cyrodiilic brandy, Flynn, and Sujamma. I met her when I wandered into Riften a few years ago. Been smitten with her ever since. In fact, I'm thinking of asking her to marry me. In Blackmarsh, tradition dictates we present a potential mate a unique wedding ring to represent our future bond. I already have the gold band, but all I need are 3 flawless amethysts to complete the setting. I was hoping you'd offer. I didn't think it was my place to ask such a favor of you. I thank you. Every Argonian wedding proposal band is supposed to have 3 flawless amethysts as part of their design. 2 of the gems, the ones on the outside, represent the couple to be married. 1 for the husband, 1 for the wife. The amethyst in the center represents the Hist, the entity that all Argonians consider a sacred part of our lives. If you'll excuse me, I have other things to attend to.
Yeah? What's your problem? I knew that stupid kid would try and find a way to weasel out of his debt. Look, this is really simple. I lent him some gold, he promised to pay me back, and now he says he's broke. End of story. All right. I guess I made enough from his shipment. No need to waste any more time threatening a stable hand. Tell Shadra he doesn't owe me anything. I hope we bump into each other again.
Blessings of Mara upon you. Mara's domain encompasses the emotions we strive the most to embrace: love, compassion, and understanding. It's difficult to appreciate her gifts in these dark times, but you should consider her light a beacon in the storm. Of course. I'd be more than happy to add a donation to our charity box. Right now, the best you could provide is coin. We need all the help we can get. Thank you. I can promise you that this will be put to good use. Wonderful. Where to begin? Mara is the goddess of love. The temple spreads her gifts by tending to the sick, the poor, and the lost. We also perform wedding ceremonies for all the loving couples in Skyrim. Yes, if you were ready, of course. Are you familiar with how marriage works in Skyrim? Typically, love in Skyrim is as earnest as the people who live here. Life is hard and short, so there's little room for long courtship. A person who is looking for a spouse simply wears an amulet of Mara about the neck, showing they are available. When another person shows interest and the two agree to be together, one of them comes to the temple and we arrange a ceremony. Here you are. Now, remember, people in Skyrim respond to deeds. You will find more people interested in your love if you help them. Good luck. Mara bless you. May you return to her benevolence in safety.
Look, I already said Chandra doesn't owe me a thing,
Well
so
met,
get off
friend.
my back.
How can I help you?
What is it with you and all these questions? Very well, ask away. The walls have ears, and you're being tested, lass. We'll talk in the Ragged Flagon. If I have to hold your hand through everything, maybe you aren't cut out for this kind of work. It's under your feet, lass. Just follow the smell. Come back when you grow a backbone.
Look, I already said Chandra doesn't owe me a thing, so get off my back.
My food is the best in all of Skyrim. Always as fresh as a day. Is collected.
Beautiful baubles and gleaming gemstones over here.
Have our scouts come up with any information on these reports of dragons?
I presume you're bothering me
Yes,
for a good
my lady.
reason.
Welcome to Mistvale Keep. I'm Jarl Layla's steward, Anuriel. I'd hardly call them a guild. More like unorganized rabble. In fact, I wouldn't say they were a threat at all. No, our resources should be spent on preparations for invasion. As steward, I serve as an intermediary between the Jarl and her subjects. I also handle the less important and day-to-day policies that affect daily life in Riften. Lately, I've had my hands full suppressing these ridiculous accusations of corruption in the keep. There are those that believe the Jarl does nothing for this city, that it's corrupt and run by the Blackbriar family. I can assure you that this is entirely false. We are fully in control of everything. You're
I want you
welcome
to
in
speak to
Riften,
the city guard.
as long as you
make sure
continue
there's a
to obey our
contingency
laws.
plan in effect in case Riften falls under attack.
Yes, milady. I've also taken the liberty. in
Welcome to
preparing
Riften,
a
traveler.
private carriage
I hope the road fared
just
well
in
for you.
case.
While I feel Ulfric's cause is just, my concern is for the people of the Rift. How can they continue to lead their already meager lives with dark clouds looming overhead? My heart goes out to them. If only our coffers were deeper, I could protect them as they were my own family. With the Stormcloaks at his back, Ulfric's poised to rid Skyrim of the Empire's forces and invalidate our involvement with the White Gold Concordat. Many have died taking up arms for this cause. I fear that the land will be stained with blood for years to come. Surely you're aware of the Great War between the Imperials and the Elves who called themselves the Aldmeri Dominion? When the smoke cleared, the White Gold Concordat was signed. It was supposedly a treaty aimed at establishing peace within the Empire. One of the terms of the treaty was the outlawing of worship to Talos. To the Stormcloaks, this was viewed as the moment when the Empire became unworthy of the allegiance of any true Nord. We're all eager to see them brought to justice. Maven Blackbriar has assured me that they're being dealt with appropriately. As one of our city's most influential citizens, she's taken it upon herself to oversee their incarceration. Sadly, they're proving elusive, but I have confidence that Maven won't give up until this city has been rid of them all. Yes, I'm afraid we're aware of Sarthis' presence in the warehouse. Unfortunately, we're certain he has informants within the city guard. Every time we've made a move to arrest him, he's escaped. However, if you take care of this discreetly, you might be able to surprise him without warning. Excellent. Here, this is the key to the warehouse. See if you can drop in on this dealer of poison and convince him to close down his operation permanently. Good. If Riften should fall, it's only right that its leader be spared.
That old woman runs the orphan. Jewelry with legendary Argonian craftsmanship.
Buy some armor and live to tell about it.
Jewelry here.
Hands to yourself, sneak thief. I have to wonder, what does the Dragonborn do once he's been summoned by the Greybeards? Can the Thune be taught, like any skill?
City got attacked once by those damn bandits come east across the lake from Faldar's Tooth. They won't be trying that again.
Well, well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? I've always got time for lovely ladies. Look, we all have our flaws. Mine is that women can't get enough of me. So I had this little affair going on while I was betrothed to a beautiful girl named Svidi. Well, she finds out and she tells her brother Wolfer that her brother attacks me with a knife. I mean, I had to defend myself. Exactly. And now I have to stare at these bars for 8 months. Can you believe it? I was about to let that wench marry into the richest family in Riften, and this is how she repays me. I'd do anything to have that whore's head on a platter. All I need to know is where she is. Amusing. When speaking of the Blackbriars, only one thought should spring to mind. We are not to be trifled with. Help us, you end up rich. Cross us, and you'll end up a memory. Is that enough information for you? Ah, And let me guess, he wants his horse. Well, that's going to be a bit of a problem. See, I don't really outright own Frost. That is correct. You see, Frost belongs to the Blackbriar estate. Technically, everything in the estate is owned by my mother, Maven. My plan was to take the horse from our lodge and deliver it to Latrush at the stables. Obviously, that didn't exactly work out as I'd planned. Still, I don't want to cross Latrush. Tell you what, steal the horse and deliver it, and you can have the second half of the payment. Sure, take advantage of the guy in jail. Okay, fine, I can make the deal sweeter. I obviously don't have anything here, but there's a hidden stash in the lodge, and I did manage to hold on to the key. Take it.
Best defense is a good defense, am I right?
If you're looking to settle in Riften, there's a house for sale. Honey.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet rope. I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls. Been too long since we've had a good bandit raid.
Baubles and gleaming gemstones over here.
I presume you're bothering. What in the name of oblivion do you want? Of course. Nothing gets done without my approval in this city. I have the Jarl's ear and the guards in my pocket. Anyone makes trouble for me and I pay a visit to the Thieves' Guild. Make me angry and I contact the Dark Brotherhood. You do well to remember that the next time you make such a stupid observation. Don't tell me. Sibby and Louis Latrush? Well, Sibby is in jail, and Latrush is certainly welcome to try. My hired help is more than a match for him.
Protect yourself right. Buy armor.
Really? Now that is interesting. Then you should know that Louis and I have a certain history. Tell you what, go along with his plans for now. I'll keep an eye on you both, and when the time is right, I'll settle accounts with Louis.
Looking to stay alive? Why take a chance?
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of meat.